Good morning, everyone. Happy Saturday. Today's card I'll be playing along with Craft Roulette. I think it's episode 161, but I've got the project parameters here. So it's Saturday morning and I am just now getting at my card. So I have had time to think about it. And as I thought about it from a hat standpoint, you know, with the element being hat, I could only really think of a couple of stamps that had a hat. And the one that I was kind of drawn to is this Spellbinders Fall Gnomes September 22 stamp and die of the month. And I knew that the gnomes had the caps on it. And I also knew that it was a fall theme, which goes very well with the Campfire color. So I thought I could check, you know, two of those off real quickly with that. And then I was thinking for the Dutch door that I would just take some, I don't know, craft colored card paper and just, you know, cut my Dutch door and do that. And then for my book page, I have this little book that I thought I could pull something out of in the right color scheme that would kind of go along with the fall thankful sentiment that is the stamp set. First thing I'm going to do is just go ahead and create my card base and my my Dutch door. So I'll just get that stuff out of the way. It looks like I want to lay my paper this way, and I'm going to score it at 4 1/4 so that I'll have it. But before I bend it, I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to bend it that way. So I'm going to create my Dutch door, and you know, this is 5 1/2. So I'm going to go at 2 3/4, and I'm just going to do mine right at the halfway point. My Dutch door is just going to be right in the halfway point. So I'm just scoring that in there is what I'm doing. And then I think I'm just going to use my scissors rather than my, and hopefully, maybe I need to zoom out a little bit, or zoom out a little bit on that. Hopefully my desk isn't too much of a mess. And then I'm just going to get in that groove with my scissors and just cut my Dutch door. And then I'll go ahead and score my paper. And so now I have a Dutch door. And I'm going to take this and I think I might want to, let me see if I can do this. I'm kind of thinking about maybe making some design on my door. There. So my doors have a little bit of texture to them. So I think they kind of look more like a door. I don't know. I guess I could have gone over a little bit further that way, but I think it'll be all right. So that'll be my starting point, is just having my base. And then when I went to take out this stamp set, I found, I was getting it out, and I found that I had, so this may save me some time, I had all of these pieces in the back. Some of them already die cut out, and some of them stamped out and partially colored. So I thought that could save some time. And I was just probably got this kit in and got some new markers in and was practicing. So there are things on here that I can use. I've got this one little gnome. The other thing I was thinking that I wanted to do is I brought another stamp set in, and hopefully this will work now that I've done that scoring. I was thinking I would put a wreath on my door because I usually have some kind of decorative thing on my door, and hopefully this isn't too big. Might be a little big, but I think it could work. Let me check the other one. See if it's any smaller. I think I can hang a wreath on my door. And I think I like this for the pattern of that. So I'll probably stamp this out on some white cardstock and cut it out. And I will just do that. And I don't know, I may have to fussy cut this out, which I don't like. All right, I'm just going to lay this down. And I've lost my magnet. Where is it? There it is. Okay. Just lay this down and stamp it out. I just need to get my stamp pad. Okay, so what I was wanting to get was my ink pad. So I got it real quick. And I'm just gonna, I think I'm just gonna stamp this out in Memento black, tuxedo black ink. And hopefully it'll stamp up all right. We'll just stamp that out. Get my little pressure tool. Use that. Yeah, that'll be all right. Okay. So I've got that. How that'll look, but what I'm thinking I'm going to do with that is I will use a circle die, actually two, so I don't have to cut it out, and hopefully it'll come out all right. I've got these right here that I ordered off of Amazon. This is when I wanted to just try out some inexpensive dies and just see how they work. And I don't know if I can get that. Might be too big. I may have to go with this one. That one's not big enough. Probably this one. And that's going to be huge. So I may do some additional coloring in on that just to make it look more, I don't know, I probably should have stamped it out on green or something. So let's get working on the other elements. I think I'm going to maybe use some of these pumpkins and it'd be a fall. So I'll just do some coloring on it and get all my coloring done, and then we'll do some die cutting and we'll go from there. And I'm just going to use these panels that were already previously started because they're here in my craft room and they're partially done, and I think it'll speed things up. So I'll just do some quick coloring. So I finished all that coloring. I did finish it. So now what I need to do is just grab all the die cuts and just get them all die cut out. That beard I'm not particularly fond of because I had done it before and I've kind of gotten a little bit better at coloring, but I think it'll work just fine. I'll work on a little bit, but I'm going to die cut all these things out along with these other pieces that I had previously die cut out and see what I can use, what I like, what I don't like, and then just pull them together for the card. Okay, but before I go to my die cutting machine, I just wanted to show you this die, stamp and die set. This comes with 16 dies. So I mean, it cuts out all of the pieces. I mean, all of these little, so you don't have to fussy cut. Love that. There are two more that I haven't used. It's the Starbucks cup and then the piece of pie, which I have already actually cut one of those out that I had done previously. And so it's just wonderful. If you don't like to fussy cut, Man, you got all these. So I just wanted to pop back on real quick and show you. I'm going to go and run these through the die cutting machine so that I have them available. But I just wanted you to see that, gosh, 16 dies with this set. So it's awesome. Called Fall Nomies, and it's Spellbinders Clear Stamp and Die of the Month, September 22. Hopefully it's still available. If it is, I'll link it in my description box below. Okay. All right, so now I have all of my pieces die cut out. And I've got my panel laying in the center. I just cut that out with an A2 Matting Basics die and laid that in there so I can lay my stuff on it. I think I'm going to start with the outside, decorating my card. And I'm going to use a piece of my little low tack tape to just kind of tape it down so it stays shut. Now, I had originally shown you the dies I was going to cut this out with, and then I decided it was too big and I went smaller. And I decided I think I'm just going to use this round ring to just build my my wreath with. I've got all these little floral elements and stuff, and I think I can just use this round ring and lay them out on there. But before I do that, I think I'm just going to take, sorry, I'm grabbing my stamp pad here. I'm going to take, try to decide what I want to use. I think I'll take this gathered twig. And I'm going to get my blending brush that I used for that, which I think I've got this one here that I used for it. And I guess I need to lay my card aside because I don't want to make a mess out of it. And I'll have to wipe this out. But I'm just going to kind of give that some color. I'm going to lay stuff over it and kind of overlap it. But I don't want that stark white showing through there. And since this is kind of a brown themed card, like fall with my brown door and stuff, I'm just going to take that piece, and it's got a little bit of the stamp on there. We're not really using that stamp now, but I just didn't want that to be stark white. If any little bit of it pops out behind the little flowers and things that I'm going to add on it. Now I just need to clean my desktop off real quick. This is the housekeeping part of the show. I'm just going to start laying down some of these little tiny elements that I've got here, and I've got a bunch. So I'll get my jewel tool, and I'm going to do some popping up of some stuff and gluing down of others. I'm thinking maybe the leaves, and I've got a little bit of tape on there, that maybe I'll lay the leaves down sporadically flat and then pop up the flowers as I can. Now the other thing I had was this little fall banner that I thought I could put on there. So I thought that could be cute. So I think I'm going to do that. And I realize it's spring. But with these parameters and what I have available, I just felt like this was the set to use because I just didn't have any hats. So, all right. So I like the way that's turned out. And I'm afraid this video is going to take forever. So I'm going to have to figure out how to edit it down. Okay, so I did have some scrapbook.com really thin foam tape that I was able to put on there, so I'll be able to pop that up on my door. So I'm just going to lay that on there, and I think that looks really pretty, very fall. And I was thinking that I would also, you know, a lot of times I'll have pumpkins sitting outside my door for fall. So I'm going to take 2 of these and pop them up on the outside of my door with a couple of, I got these sunflowers. I think I could lay them down. I'm going to lay those down flat. And And then I'll put the pumpkins in front of them. And then that'll be the decor for the outside of my door. Do that. And then I've got these foam squares. I'm just going to put some on the back of my pumpkins. Pop them up. Let's do this. Throw a little bit of glue on there. It's gonna, okay. And then this one's gonna go over here. Not sure any of that glue is gonna touch, but pull this off. Hopefully I'm staying in frame. I keep pulling it in close to me and I'm thinking, oh, I'm not on camera. So I'm gonna take that one and I can shove that one underneath there a little bit and then those two can glue together. So that's my front door. And that's kind of reflective of what a front door would look like for me, except I don't have a Dutch door, but I definitely would have a wreath and some pumpkins out and maybe some florals. So I think that is really, really cute. And so then when I open it up, I'm going to get my nomies in here, and I'm going to just glue them down so that my card door will lay flat. And I'm going to get him over there and kind of have him hanging off to the side a little bit. I'm bringing in my parameters to double check myself that I have everything. I think I do. And then I've got my other little guy. That I'm going to have next to him. And I think I want to do my wagon. I am going to put my wagon in there and just put some I kind of get it by his hand. Can you see that? Shoot, I keep getting out of frame. Just put that on his hand. And then we're going to have some pumpkins. So I'll slide them underneath there. And I think these pumpkins in this fall color scheme is reflective of a campfire. I mean, you have the reds and the oranges in a campfire, so I think it's pretty reflective of a campfire, so I think it'll work just fine. And I've got a little bit of black in there, and gray for my ashes of my campfire. And my craft room actually looks over our little area where we have campfires, and I actually have a sign that says, "Campfire, drinks are cold and friendships are free." And the friend that I'm going to give this card to, I think around Thanksgiving time, is somebody who frequents our campfire. And we always have leaves that blow up on our porch. So I'm going to just tuck one right down there. And I think I want to use this acorn with it. I think I'll just throw that acorn down there too. And then that'll be cute. So that's my front door with a Dutch. Oh, and then I got my little guys in here. Now, I've got to, I need to do my, oh good, I left a pumpkin. That wasn't one of my favorite ones, but I could use it. Let's see, what have I got here? I've got another leaf there, but that's one of them that I had previously colored. I suppose I could add it or throw it in. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I think I will take, I'm going to use this crackling campfire brush for it. I'm reaching over here. Where are we at? That looks like it right there. And I am going to just kind of blend along this a little bit, just to kind of add some color to it that'll kind of go with my actually I would just use that's on my desk there and just kind of add, because that color really didn't go with it, but I think that will. I was going to lay something else down with it, but I think I can with that will work. And I need to clean my hands off before I touch that. Okay, so just a couple more things to finish this up. First of all, let's go ahead and lay our cinnamon down. And hopefully my fingers are clean enough to do this without making a mess. I'm just going to, like I said, lay some glue on there because my tape situation's a little bit out. Anyway, so I'm just going to lay this across here. And so if you would open my top, make sure I get this pretty straight. If you would open my top door, it's going to say, "A sweet friendship refreshes the soul." I need to straighten that up a little bit. Is that straight enough? And then I don't know if I'll put that little guy there. I'm not sure. Or maybe my little pumpkin. I don't really like that pumpkin. It's one that I had colored before. So I think I'm going to take my marker that I used, because I'm just trying to tie everything in. And I'm just going to go over this and make the color scheme a little bit more matchy-matchy, and then I can use this one. I think that's what I'm going to do. Looks like I stamped that in brown when I stamped that one. I don't know when I did it, some time ago. And so I'm just going to kind of bring the colors more in line with my other gnomes. That way it kind of blends. Oops, got something going on here. Okay. And I think that'll work. So what I'll do is I'll lay that one there. A sweet friendship refreshes the soul. And then I got my gnomies here. And then because I have these, and I did kind of change, these were ones I previously colored, but I also colored those to kind of match my scheme. I just think it would be adorable to just have a little cup of coffee in your hand. Well, you know, when you go to the pumpkin patch, you take a hot chocolate or something with you. But this guy, he had to bring both his pie and his coffee with him, or his hot chocolate. So I thought since I have those, I'd go ahead and add them. And then I'm going to just get my, get rid of this. Where's my stamp set? I was trying to clean up, and I think I might have put it away. Where's it at? Here it is. And I'm going to get my, I am going to use that Thankful for the Gnomies. I think it's fun. And I'm going to stamp it on there. I think there's a lot of black on there. Get that cleaned off. And then with this, I'm going to just use my crackling campfire. And then I will have, ooh, I don't like how that Gnomies, the S on there, that really inked up a little heavy. I'm getting a little brave here. I'm just going to do it. Okay, I think it's going to work. Okay, so here's my card. I've gotten it done. So I've got my wreath on the front that says fall with my, and then I've got, you can open it and say thankful for my gnomies. and a sweet friendship refreshes the soul. So I've got my Dutch door, my campfire, my hat, and my book page. It's not a full page, it's just a little strip from my book page, but I think that covers it. I think it's cute. It's a fun fall card. Definitely could work for Thanksgiving, friendship, and just being thankful for your friends. So I think it's super cute, and it was a fun card to make. And it's always fun to really stretch your imagination and come up with a card based upon just a wild set of parameters that you just don't know what they're going to be or what they're going to require. So it's such fun. So I hope you enjoyed my card, and I certainly enjoyed playing along with the show. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.